When was the last time your front door opened unexpectedly? Not for a package, but for a friend just stopping by to say hello. Imagine this. The sun comes up, you pour your morning cup of coffee, and the only sound is the ticking of a clock on the wall. The day stretches out before you, a vast, quiet landscape. For so many of us over 70, this quiet isn't just a fleeting moment. It's the rhythm of our daily lives. We're often told that to age alone is to be forgotten, that a life without constant family gatherings or a partner's presence is a life of waiting. But I want to pose a different question. Is it possible to find genuine happiness in a life lived in solitude? Not just to get by, but to truly flourish in the stillness? Let me tell you about a woman named Eleanor. She's 78 and lives in a house in Ohio that once bustled with the energy of her children and late husband. For 2 years, the silence felt like a heavy blanket. But then, she made a small change, a discovery that didn't just alter her days, it redefined her life. What she learned is that loneliness isn't about the absence of other people. It's about a disconnection from ourselves. In this video, we're going to explore the profound shift in thinking that helped Eleanor, and countless others, discover an unexpected joy, deep purpose, and a surprising sense of freedom in their own company. So if you've ever felt like you're on the sidelines of life, I invite you to stay with me. What we'll explore together might just change how you view your independence and the incredible gift of your own presence. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one word you associate with solitude? Could you ever see it as something beautiful? Part 1. The power of perspective, solitude versus isolation. There comes a time for many of us, after the career ends and the children have built their own lives, when the world grows quiet. A spouse we shared a lifetime with may be gone. Friends may have moved to warmer climates or passed on. You find yourself in a home filled with echoes and memories. For some, that quiet feels like an empty void. For others, it blossoms into a profound sense of peace. What makes the difference? It starts with one life-altering realization. Being by yourself and feeling isolated are two completely different things. Being by yourself is a physical reality. Isolation is an emotional state. You can be in a crowded room, surrounded by laughter and chatter, yet feel completely invisible. Conversely, you can be the only person for miles and feel centered, content, and whole. The secret isn't in how many people know your name, but in how well you know yourself. Isolation whispers, "You've been left behind." But that's a story we've been told, not a truth we have to accept. We see it in movies and on television. Happiness is a big family Thanksgiving, a doting partner, a house full of noise. But true contentment is an inside job. When you reframe your thinking from, "I am all alone," to, "I am with myself," everything changes. Solitude transforms from a punishment into a sanctuary. One of the first steps is to learn to befriend the quiet. For so long, we use noise to distract us from our thoughts. The television, the radio, the constant hum of activity. Let's return to Eleanor, the 78-year-old I mentioned. After her husband passed, the silence of their home was deafening. She'd leave the TV on from morning till night, just for the noise. One afternoon, she tried an experiment. She turned it all off. For the first hour, it was almost unbearable. But then she started to notice things. The gentle whir of the refrigerator, the pattern the sunlight made on her wooden floor, the taste of her tea, which she hadn't truly savored in years. Eleanor told us, "I thought the world had gone quiet on me. It turns out, I just needed to get quiet enough to hear it." And she's not the only one. Consider Arthur, an 82-year-old retired history teacher in Pennsylvania. After his wife died, he felt adrift. Instead of succumbing to despair, he started a project, organizing decades of old family photos and creating a digital archive for his grandchildren who lived across the country. He said, "In these pictures, I'm not just alone in my study. I'm with my parents as young people, with my wife on our wedding day. I'm the keeper of our story." Or think of Helen, 77, a former librarian who moved to a new town in Florida to be closer to her daughter, only for her daughter to be relocated for work a year later. She knew no one. Instead of packing up, She joined a local bird-watching group. She told us, "Most of the time we don't even talk. We just stand together, looking at the sky. But I feel more connected in that silence than I ever did at a loud party." These aren't stories of denying grief. They are stories of reclaiming your narrative. Because when you learn to be happy with yourself, your joy is no longer dependent on anyone else showing up. And that brings us to a rarely discussed topic: the unexpected liberty of aging. You can wake up when your body is ready. You can eat cereal for dinner if you feel like it. You can spend an entire afternoon reading a novel without interruption. For many, especially women who have spent a lifetime caring for others, this chapter offers a precious gift: the permission to put your own needs and joys first, without apology. If you want to begin making this shift, start gently. Change your inner dialogue. Instead of, "My world has gotten so small," try, "I am now the center of my world." Create a morning anchor. Before you do anything else, find one small ritual that is just for you. Maybe it's watching the sunrise from your kitchen window or doing a simple stretching routine. Practice noticing. For just 5 minutes a day, sit quietly and notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you are grateful for. The greatest power you have in your later years is your perspective. You can choose to see an empty nest, or you can choose to see a private sanctuary. You are the one who gets to define this chapter. So let me ask you, when was the last time you truly enjoyed your own company? If that question sparks something in you, keep watching. Because in our next section, we'll talk about how to turn empty hours into a rich, fulfilling tapestry of your own design. And please, share in the comments. Have you had a moment where being by yourself felt truly peaceful? Your story could be a light for someone else. Part 2. Crafting your day. The art of purposeful routine. Once you begin to see solitude as a space for peace, the next step is to furnish that space with intention. A sense of well-being doesn't just arrive. It's built, one deliberate choice at a time, through routines that comfort and ground you. One of the most powerful ways to feel steady when you live alone is to have gentle anchors in your day. Practices like quiet reflection, prayer, or even simple gratitude journaling can become lifelines. A few minutes of quiet thought in the morning can set a peaceful tone for the entire day. For those with faith, prayer can be a profound source of connection and guidance. Writing down 3 things you're grateful for before bed can rewire your brain to look for the good. These aren't complex spiritual disciplines. They are quiet conversations with yourself. They are anchors that keep you steady in the quiet currents of solitude. But peace also thrives on rhythm. Without a gentle structure, days can blend together, and our sense of purpose can fade. It's vital to create a cadence for your day, not to confine you, but to support you. Can be simple. Wake around the same time. Open the curtains to let in the light. Make your bed a small, immediate accomplishment. Then, move into a gentle flow. Perhaps that quiet reflection, followed by a nourishing breakfast, and then a small activity. Maybe it's tending to your houseplants, doing a crossword puzzle, or listening to a favorite piece of classical music. This structure is the heartbeat of your day. It reminds you that each morning is a fresh start, a new canvas you get to paint. And within those hours, consciously sprinkle in moments of joy. Reread a favorite poem. Put on an album that makes you want to dance in the kitchen. Bake a small batch of cookies just for the delicious smell. These aren't frivolous things. They are essential acts of self-care. They are you, telling yourself that your life is still vibrant and worthy of pleasure. When you fill your days with these small, meaningful moments, you're sending a powerful message to your heart. I am still here. My life still has beauty, and I am worthy of this joy. In our next part, we'll explore how to open the door to the outside world in a way that feels safe and fulfilling. But first, take a moment. Look at the day ahead of you. What one small, gentle habit could you introduce that would bring you a sense of peace? Decide on it and then take that first simple step. Part 3. Building bridges, not walls. Connecting on your terms. After creating a peaceful inner world, the next step is to build a bridge to the outside world. A bridge you design on a schedule you control. Living a contented, solitary life doesn't require isolation. It means you are the gatekeeper. You choose how, when, and with whom you engage. In our modern age, technology can be a wonderful, low-pressure way to connect. Online spaces designed for seniors can be a godsend. Imagine joining a virtual gardening club, a Facebook group for people who love classic films, or an online forum that discusses history. These communities offer a place to share your passions and feel understood, all from the comfort of your favorite armchair. You don't have to be a tech wizard. You only need a little curiosity. But connection isn't just about finding new people. It's also about tending to old roots. Think about someone from your past who made you smile. A college roommate, a former colleague, a cousin you shared childhood secrets with. What if you sent them a short email or even a handwritten thinking of you card? That single act of reaching out might just rekindle a connection that brings unexpected light into both of your lives. You might be surprised to learn that they, too, were sitting in a quiet house, hoping for a sign. And while these distant connections are valuable, don't discount the power of everyday, local encounters. Making eye contact and sharing a genuine good morning with the librarian, asking the cashier at the grocery store how their day is going, or complimenting a neighbor on their beautiful flowers. These brief interactions are the threads that weave us into the fabric of a community. They are small acknowledgments that say, "I see you. You are part of my world." Reconnecting with the world doesn't mean you have to fill your calendar. It's about choosing small, life-affirming points of contact that energize you, rather than drain you. As we move on, we'll discuss how a deep sense of purpose can be your strongest anchor. Because connection isn't just about being seen by others. It's about seeing how much you still have to offer the world. For now, take a moment. Who is one person whose voice you'd like to hear, or whose smile you'd like to see? Perhaps today is the day to build that bridge. Part 4, Your Body, Your Home, the cornerstone of independence. If a peaceful mind and meaningful connections are the walls and roof of a happy life, then your physical health is the foundation. Without a strong foundation, everything else is less stable. Tending to your body isn't just about living longer. It's about living with dignity, freedom, and the ability to enjoy the world you've so carefully built. When you live alone, your health is your most trusted partner. It's what allows you to reach for the book on the high shelf, take a walk on a sunny day, and think with clarity. The first step is often the simplest: move with intention. This doesn't mean running a marathon. It means honoring your body with daily motion. Gentle chair yoga, a walk to the end of the block and back, or even light water aerobics at a community pool can keep your joints fluid and your spirits high. Pair this gentle movement with mindful nourishment. Think of your body as a cherished classic car. It runs best on premium fuel. Focus on whole, simple foods, colorful vegetables, fresh fruits, lean proteins, and stay hydrated. The act of preparing a simple, healthy meal can be a beautiful ritual of self-care. Alongside motion and nutrition, regular health check-ins are non-negotiable. Be the captain of your health team. Ask your doctor questions. Understand your numbers. Proactive care is about preventing fires, not just putting them out. This sense of control brings incredible peace of mind. A crucial pillar of health, especially as we age, is restorative sleep. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary for rest. Create a calming pre-sleep routine. Perhaps it's reading a chapter of a book, a real book, not a screen, listening to calming music, or sipping a cup of herbal tea. Good sleep is like a nightly reset for your mind, mood, and body. Finally, be your own advocate regarding medications. It's easy to accumulate prescriptions over the years. Regularly review your medications with your doctor, asking if each one is still necessary, or if lifestyle adjustments could achieve the same goal. Being clear-headed and energetic is a worthy goal. Caring for your health is the ultimate act of self-respect. You are worthy of feeling strong, capable, and comfortable in your own body every single day. As we go to our final section, we'll talk about nurturing your spirit. But first, ask yourself, what is one promise you can make to your body today? A short walk? An extra glass of water? A slightly earlier bedtime? Start there. Your strongest self is the key to your best years. Part 5. Feeding your spirit and the grace of letting go. Once your body is cared for and your days have a gentle rhythm, the final, most meaningful layer is nurturing your spirit. Because no matter your age, the human heart craves purpose. One of the most powerful ways to find purpose is to care for another living thing. Adopting a pet, a quiet, steady cat, or a cheerful little dog can bring immense companionship and structure to your day. Their needs become a reason to rise in the morning. If a pet isn't feasible, care for plants. Tending to a small herb garden on your windowsill and watching it grow reminds you that you are still a vital part of the cycle of life. Purpose can also be found in contribution. Your wisdom is a treasure. Consider volunteering in a small way, reading to children at the local library, becoming a phone buddy for another homebound senior, or knitting blankets for a local hospital. These acts are quiet, but they send a powerful message. My life still has an impact, and never ever stop learning. Your brain is a muscle that thrives on use. Listen to audiobooks about subjects you've always been curious about. Use a free app to learn a few words in a new language. Watch documentaries about art, history, or nature. Each new thing you learn expands your world and reinforces your identity as a vibrant, growing individual. Now, as we bring our journey to a close, we arrive at the most freeing practice of all: learning to let go. First, let go of the heavy burden of expectation. Many of us carry a quiet grief that our children or family members don't call or visit more. But holding on to that expectation is like holding a hot coal. It only burns you. Releasing them from the role you wish they would play doesn't mean you love them less. It means you are choosing to stop hurting yourself. Their distance is often about their own busy, complicated lives, not a reflection of your worth. Free them and you free yourself. Next, let go of the past. Forgive yourself for mistakes you made as a parent or a spouse. Let go of the bitterness you feel towards those who hurt you. You cannot change what happened, but you can choose not to let it poison today. Forgiveness is rarely for the other person. It's a gift of peace you give to yourself. Finally, let go of comparison. Your neighbor's life, which looks so perfect in their holiday newsletter, is not your life. The curated images you might see on Facebook are not the full story. Your journey, with all its unique joys and sorrows, is valid and sacred. Your only measure is you. Music swells softly. Visuals return to the beautiful, peaceful shots from the beginning. Narrator, letting go isn't giving up. It's making room. Room for peace. Room for gratitude. Room for the quiet joy that comes from being truly at home with yourself. Living alone after 70 can feel like an unexpected challenge, but it can also be an unexpected gift. The difference is in your hands. You don't need a crowded house to have a full heart. You don't need constant noise to feel alive. The most profound peace, the kind that settles deep in your bones, doesn't come from who knocks on your door. It comes from the quiet, steady voice within that learns to say, I am enough. If this message resonated with you, please don't be a stranger in the comments. Tell us one small thing that brings you joy these days. Share this video with a friend who might need to hear this message. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Your story is still being written, and it is a privilege to be a small part of it. You matter.